Let's talk video games. What up, viewers? What up? What up? Calc Soups here, and today is Friday, October 6th, and that means it's time for a quick recap of the week in video game news. October is a hell of a month for video games. There's like almost one a day, according to my calculation. Probably something for everybody to enjoy. But let's start off with the big one this week. Assassin's Creed Mirage is out. This is a return to form for Ubisoft. This Assassin's Creed game is less focused on the RPG action adventure kind of game, and it's more of the kind of stealth, more focused that way. Kind of a return to form to the classic old Assassin's Creeds, except for they're not long and bloated like the Assassin's Creed trilogy eventually got. This one is only expected to be about 16 hours or so, enough for you to kind of get in, get your feelings, get the flavor of Assassin's Creed Mirage, and get out. It also, I don't know. I think it's like a prequel for a character that I don't recognize. So there's a little bit of that if you're a big fan of the more recent Assassin's Creeds. The game is currently at a 77 Metacritic. So yeah, I think if you're really invested in either some of the characters or you're just looking for a smaller, more bite-sized, more focused, and back to like a more Assassin's Creed, I think this one would be good to pick up. You're also not paying full AAA prices because it's a little bit shorter. It's not as big as other Assassin's Creed games. It's only $50, so it should be small, bite size, and eventually maybe in a month you can pick it up on discount around Black Friday for less than $50 if you don't have time right now, but. Some of us are looking at Baldur's Gate 3 and saying we're probably going to be done with you soon and looking for another game, so I could potentially see myself playing Assassin's Creed Mirage sometime soon. But 77 Metacritic, maybe save your money, wait till it's cheaper, or if you're a really big fan, you can pick it up now and beat it before things get real heavy later in the month of October. Every year, Riot does something for the League of Legends fans and League of Legends just as a whole. They put out a quote-unquote anthem. And yeah, they just put out a really cool music video. I actually have several of I think almost everything that Riot's kind of put out. I don't jam with KDA or any of that kind of stuff, but every year they kind of put out a really cool song and just to kind of get people jazzed up about League of Legends. And this year is another banger. So I'll have a link down below for you to check that out and be a friend to your ears and let them listen to some pretty cool music. So yeah, I like it every year, and I'm glad to see that they continue to do it. And yeah, most of the things they put out for League of Legends, I'm still waiting for the Arcane soundtrack to be somewhere where I can buy it all at once. But I digress. Moving right along, we're still more than a month out from this year's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, but we got a slew of information this week in a big kind of Call of Duty explainer. The biggest thing that I was interested in is the invasion mode. I've always loved the zombie modes, but there was something about, I'm trying to think of which one first did the sci-fi alien adventure invasions. I bet it was one of the Modern Warfares. I just fell in love with the invasion mode. Fighting aliens felt a little bit weird and more unique than just fighting a horde of zombies. And so I'm excited for that. So of all the laundry list of things, which you can check out in the link below, the biggest thing that I got out of the Call of Duty update this week was an invasion mode, or was that even what it was called? Invasion? I think it was called Invasion rather than zombies, but I digress. Naughty Dog is having a little bit of trouble over there with their spin-off, The Last of Us multiplayer. So unlike Last of Us 1, The Last of Us 2 game didn't come with a multiplayer mode, which I actually played the multiplayer mode for a little bit in The Last of Us. But rather than package it in with The Last of Us that came out, The Last of Us Part 2, which came out in 2020, they decided to try and spin it off. It was going to be Firefly related, and people were going to potentially pick up that. They can sell us two different games. But sounds like things aren't going well over there. We got reports this week that most of the contract staff at Naughty Dog are going to be laid off. the ones that are working on that game. So hopefully we still get a multiplayer Last of Us experience sometime soon. But things aren't, if we're gonna start speculating, we can just. I don't want to go too far down the speculation rabbit hole, but things potentially aren't going well over there as it relates to that title. So, but I'm still kind of hoping to see it as one of the few people who probably played The Last of Us multiplayer online for the first one. Speaking of online, perpetual troll and internet edgelord Elon Musk went live this week on Twitter to try and showcase Twitter streaming and what it would be like if Twitter was a stronger streaming platform. So not content to ruin social media, he also wants to ruin video game streaming. And yeah, he was playing Diablo 4 and just trying to get it up and running, and there was a ton of flickering. So I'm surprised that an internet mogul doesn't have better internet, but maybe there's a technology issue. Anyway, it didn't look 100% polished, but you could definitely see it. See the potential there. So I wonder what that could look like if it took off a little bit more. Although it would be subscribed to my X channel, like I don't know what you kind of sign. What would your sign off be? What would your call to action be on X.com? So could get a little confusing if you're like X.com/CalcSoups. Like it could get pretty hot pretty quick. Anyway, moving right along. Nintendo continues to proliferate their partnership with Lego, and they're running through their IPs. So I think a couple months ago, or like just a month ago, we started talking about Donkey Kong being Legoized. We know that Mario has been for several years now, and the next one to kind of come down the blockchain is Animal Crossing. So I think a lot of people got their hands on Animal Crossing New Horizon back in 2020. So Animal Crossing is kind of more collectively in the wider known zeitgeist nowadays. Animal Crossing is getting Legolized, so you can plant your bell trees in your Lego Animal Crossing island. Still a little perturbed that there's no official Legend of Zelda one. I would figure that right after Mario would be Zelda. But we're slowly working through other IPs with the Lego Nintendo partnership. So if you're looking to play, if you want Tom Nook to help you build your Lego islands, you just gotta get some bells and be completely in indentured servitude to him. Moving right along, I am all for box art and reusing assets when it comes to video game marketing. But saw this week that there was you could buy a T-shirt that just had literally the Halo 3 box art slapped onto a T-shirt. At first I kind of poo-pooed this. I think that's kind of lazy as far as like merchandising. Just slapping a box art asset onto a T-shirt doesn't feel like you really did anything, and it just kind of feels a little bit lazy. But as I thought about it more, I just wanted to start the conversation. What box art do you think would actually be pretty impressive on the front of a T-shirt? So I like the kind of classic. Maybe it's not even Fable 1, Fable 2 with like the good guy and the reflections and the bad guy, kind of two halves of the good guy bad guy diadem. I think that was Fable 2, but even Fable 1 with like the kid looking into the pond and the kid looking into the pond kind of and seeing the shimmers of the future. I like the Fable, the stark orange color palette for the Fable box art. So I could see myself buying a shirt with just like Fable on it. But let me know what you think down below. What game box art would you love to just have plastered on the front of a T-shirt? Deep Rock is expanding out of not just the Galactic version. You can still run around and play Deep Rock, a bunch of drunk dwarves mining with your friends. But they announced a new game in the Deep Rock, I guess, universe. Deep Rock Core or Deep Rock Core, something like that. But it's a roguelike, Rogue Core. That's right. Deep Rock Galactic : Rogue Core. It's supposed to be more roguelike. So you and your friends, I think it's gonna be friends. I would be pretty upset if a Deep Rock game didn't have co-op. Um, but yeah, you and your friends can play through potentially a co-op mode, or maybe it's a single player. You can just run around being a drunk dwarf and kind of develop your character and see what kind of weapons you get along the way, and how you kind of build it up. I definitely think it should be co-op if we want to compete with like the Risk of Rains out there. Yeah, throwing in some co-op would be great. But yeah, let me know if you would play a single player Deep Rock roguelike. I know a couple of my friends would definitely pick that up, even if it wasn't co-op. This game, new game that was kind of announced, or at least brought onto my radar this week, wears its influences on its shoulders, or at least even in its marketing. This game called Twisted Tower has you kind of Bioshocking your way through a Willy Wonka toy maker factory. So the Bioshock is like it's very dark, and you've got kind of a very like the clown kind of head toy master character feels very like Andrew Ryan-y, which is to say like kind of Walt Disney, sinister Walt Disney kind of feeling. Um, but it's definitely like Wonka-esque, where like it even has like it even has like you win a velvet ticket and then you have to fight your way through the tower, and you just have weird, crazy, zany, kind of distorted and strange toys to fight through with your random assortment of guns that you kind of work your way through. So maybe no plasmids or anything like that, but you get to shoot and gun your way through a giant sinister toy factory. So if you're afraid of clowns, maybe this isn't the place for you. But yeah, I thought this game looked really cool and caught my eye this week. And last but not least, thankfully uh, drafting off the success of Cyberpunk 2.0 and Phantom Liberty, and probably the announcement is coming after the writer's strike ending in Hollywood. Cyberpunk is getting a live action TV show. So I don't know if we'll actually get. I don't know if we'll actually get Keanu Reeves or Idris Elba to be to be in it. But yeah, just a TV show kind of set in the the cyberpunk future. Should be pretty cool. I'm curious. I actually had a conversation with my friends about this week. I was curious how involved Mike Pondsmith would be, having met the guy. He's a really cool guy, and I think he has lots of really good ideas. So I would hope that he would be involved in bringing it to life. So I'm just kind of curious how involved he is. But yeah, if you're looking forward to more cyberpunk content, there's a live action show coming down the pipe. But that's it for this week. Let me know if you feel I forgot anything down below in the comments. But as always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this content. If you do, please follow, like, and subscribe to me on YouTube and Twitch so you can see more great content like this. I'll have links down below in the description. Thanks again. I hope you have a super day. I hope you have a super weekend. And I hope you have a super day. Bye.